So I was telling a voter the other day, oh, hey, did you know this is Henry McClure Live? You know, this show is sponsored by me. I don't use my campaign contribution. I don't have enough money to pay me personally. Man, did you see how much that guy outraised me money-wise? Check it out. So, why does Henry know anything again about Go Topeka and the sales tax? Because when we decided to renew the quarter-cent sales tax, we originally used it for the law enforcement center and for the Oakland Expressway. But the whole selling point of why we renew this is because, look, this is like 2000. We're going to broaden the tax base and we're going to increase the population. So, 25 years later, and $125 million just on the report card of growing the tax base, broadening it, and increasing the population, the project is a failure. Just on that litmus test. And so I was a guy that went around telling voters to support it because it was going to do great things, and it didn't for the people. It did not do great things for the people. We still got potholes, we still got social problems, we didn't grow the population. But look this up on the tax rolls. The property tax for a $2.1 million building is only $3,500. So when I go to the bank and I start talking about the expenses of the property and the value, just think about that right off the get-go. You got a $2.1 million project, and it's only paying property taxes. So the citizens of Topeka subsidize this building. Well, now let's look at this arm's length, not picking on people like Miss Pike thinks I always do. And she's got to protect this guy, the carpetbagger. That's what fourth generation people call guys that come in, move into the community and take advantage of the taxpayers or the citizens. But no more name calling. A construction allowance over $7 million to retrofit this building. The first thing this guy said this morning, I was in there peeking around, he says, well, we got to take this up to the 3rd floor. Well, so, and maybe Cody's got people work, you know, because 1 and 2 are the Go Topeka lease, and then the other floors are for him. So really what we're doing is we're setting this building up on taxpayer money for him to profit, but we already did it. You take the construction allowance, and now let's take the lease. So you've got a 3-year lease that's almost $3 million that the taxpayers are funding through the sales tax. The construction allowance was the sales tax. And I got a little distracted calling Cody names. But you've got, it is what it is, Kevin Cook and his right-hand man. It's like he's really like the 4th commissioner, but the county councilor, Rich Ecker, and you've got the mayor of Topeka, who endorses my candidate. You got him and the city manager on the board of Go Topeka. Now, these guys are government people. 2 of them are elected. So at what point does Go Topeka really become a government organization. It's a not-for-profit, and we spend $5 million a year on the contract for them to administer. No, we give them $5 million a year to administer the contract between JEDO, Joint Economic Development, city and county, the closest thing we have to a consolidated government under this unruly rule, whose overhead last year was around $3.3 million, with all the rent they pay, overhead, travel and expenses, yucking it up at the country club, and salaries. So all I got to do is walk into Jim Klossman's bank down here on the corner, show him all the paperwork. It's an inside deal. He's in the business of loaning money. Look at the advantage. I got a $2.1 million business. We're putting $7 million in it, and I got a lease paid with sales tax money to service the debt. I can borrow today on this deal alone $4 to $5 million. Put that in my pocket tax-free, because you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay taxes on borrowed money. And if you guys think that's fair, it doesn't matter who owns the building. I know you wouldn't do it for me. Oh, no, Henry, Ooh. But we shouldn't do it for anybody. That's what it's all about. This is where you cross the line. You cross the line into millionaires stealing our tax dollars. At least somebody's got the kahuntas to stand up and say it. Hate me all you want. But at least I've got the guts, the drive, and I have faith. I have faith that good will always win over evil. My mom always said that to me. I loved her. She was a Bantleon. So that's what it's about. If you do it for nobody, this deal, you've got an even playing field. Again, it's what you don't do. You don't do deals like this. If this were such a whiz-bang deal, the owner of the building should fund it himself. It should stand on its own. If you can't see that, there's no hope for this town. They're just going to keep running over you. You're going to keep, well, oh, man, I want to lower your property taxes. Your priorities first. You know, we're going to fix the potholes. We're going to have clean water. You know, your priorities first. Well, not today. It was his priorities first, not the taxpayers. I'm heading down to Julie's. It's blueberry coffee day.